Friday, January 16, 2026. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to today's edition of the English newscast on Info Television. We kickstart with our headlines. A high-powered delegation of businessmen from the United Arab Emirates paid a courtesy visit to Cameroon's Minister of Water and Energy Resources, Gaston Elundu Esomba, this January 16, 2026. And the absence of jobs for graduates in Cameroon is a cause for concern as the number of unemployed youths keep increasing. The government has, however, been coming out with measures to tackle youth unemployment. Those were our headlines. Details right ahead. Welcome back. A decisive step has been taken in the process of establishing modern and coordinated tools for sustainable management of the Mount Cameroon National Park and its surrounding areas. This was the outcome of a high-level meeting held on Friday, January 16, 2026 in the city of Yaoundé. Jessica Ndiwum tells us more.
A protected natural site of biodiversity at the foot of Central Africa's highest peak, Mount Cameroon National Park, has entered a crucial phase in its conservation. On Friday, January 16, 2026 in Yaoundé, administrative authorities and conservation partners met to present the park's management and validation plan. The plan is designed to protect the environment while supporting the sustainable development of local communities.
The plan is developed through a participatory approach with a view to ensuring respect to human rights and the equitable sharing of benefits derived from the conservation of natural resources. Given that protected areas management is adaptive by nature, the management plan must likewise remain dynamic in order to incorporate experiences gained and lessons learned throughout its implementation.
The preservation of this national park reflects Cameroon's commitment to the sustainable management of natural resources in line with existing legislation.
The management plan is a tool that can make the Mount Cameroon National Park to be a protected area where all the resources will be managed durably, and to be sure that the social economic development of the local community are taken in account.
Through the preservation of this plan, the government reaffirms its commitment to balancing biodiversity protection with the improvement of living conditions for local communities.
We are particularly pleased with the Ministry of Forest and Wildlife that they are helping us together with the German Corporation in preserving our forests. Because as you all know, with the rapid expansion of population in all areas of Cameroon, there's a lot of pressure on the forest. But we are glad that they've come to help us organize and preserve this forest. Our children and our children's children, which are more important than everything else.
Mount Cameroon National Park, therefore, plays an ecological and strategic role, linking the Atlantic coastal forest to the mountain ecosystems of Central Africa. Its preservation is therefore part of Cameroon's commitment to the responsible and sustainable management of its biodiversity.
A new validation and management plan for the Takamanda National Park and its surrounding is set to be finalized soon. This was during a key outcome of high-level meetings held on Thursday, January 15, 2026 in Yaoundé, focused on strengthening biodiversity conservation tools, as you tell us, Jessica Ndiwum, once more.
A crucial meeting was held to revise the management plan for Takamanda National Park to strike a balance between preserving the park's rich biodiversity and promoting sustainable development for local communities. The park is a vital asset for forest and water resource management, but its governance tools needed a thorough review. The Secretary General of the Ministry of Forestry and Wildlife are working to finalize a new validation and management plan.
A planning regulatory framework has been put in place to guide and harmonize the action of all stakeholders operating within protected areas. Each permanent forest shall be endowed as appropriate with a management plan or a simple management plan. The management plan, therefore, serves as the main tool guiding the conservator and other stakeholders in achieving the objective outlined.
The inclusive approach brought together government officials, partners, and local communities to work towards a common goal of conserving and sustainably managing natural resources.
To be sure that the management of that area will involve all the priority of the local community. And now this management plan is for the period between 2026 and 2030.
The meeting highlighted the government's continued commitment to protecting biodiversity while supporting sustainable development.
Within this national park, we'll look how to preserve our national park and how to fight against poaching.
The meeting marked a key milestone in a long and careful process, highlighting Cameroon's strong determination to protect the environment while advancing sustainable development and responsible forest and wildlife management.
And as you heard in one of our lead stories, a high-powered delegation of businessmen from the United Arab Emirates paid a courtesy visit to Cameroon's Minister of Water and Energy Resources, Gaston Elundu Esomba, this January 16, 2026. The audience was an opportunity to explore new avenues of cooperation. Mimi Tiobo reports.
The Minister of Water and Energy Resources, Gaston Elundu Esomba, received a delegation of businessmen from the United Arab Emirates on an official visit to Cameroon at his ministerial office on January 16, 2026 in Yaoundé. The purpose of the visit was to strengthen the energy sector, which is considered the backbone of any country. The delegation's mission focused on a commitment to empowering Cameroon with a sustainable, reliable, and affordable energy and water solutions by combining innovative technologies with strategic collaboration.
We have discussed and emphasized both parties, Global South Utilities with the Ministry of Energy, about the importance of the energy sector, as we consider it as the backbone of any sectors and the growth and development. There is a huge demand of energy. There is because of Cameroon, they are growing and developing new projects, and because of that, we are aware about the importance of the energy. We have introductory and initial plan or roadmap that we are in the coming days. Our team will be assessing, technical team, to assess how we can cooperate together in the energy sector.
This meeting has paved the way for a new area of cooperation between Cameroon and the United Arab Emirates, emphasizing innovative solutions and mutual benefits.
And on to this other story, the absence of jobs for graduates in Cameroon is a cause for concern as the number of unemployed youths increase. The government has, however, been coming out with measures to tackle unemployment. How do youths appreciate these steps taken by the Cameroon government? Different reactions were compiled in the following report.
After graduating from state and private higher institutions, a good number of Cameroonian youths still struggle to get jobs or integrate the world of work. However, the government has measures put in place to fight unemployment, such as the National Employment Fund and others. These steps are hailed by some young graduates. I think these different measures are a strong point because young Cameroonians are complaining of unemployment. So this strategy will help Cameroonians advance in their search. Measures are effective because there are many programs at the ministry, and it is left for youths to get informed about the programs which have been made available for them. To others, government needs to do more in making the steps known. At the moment, we can say we are not yet feeling these measures or they are not yet efficient, but we hope that the government can do better about that so that the unemployment of youth can be reduced. Youth unemployment is one of the problems facing Cameroon today, and if solved to a great extent, will go a long way.
And on to something else. In an era where relationships are constantly being put to the test, finding the right partner can be a daunting task to many. With the rising number of separations and divorce, many people are making taking different relationships differently. Mimi Tiobo focused on this story and compiled the following report.
Marriage, once considered a sacred bond, has become a challenging journey for many. The increasing number of separations and divorces has left many people wondering, what makes a successful partnership? Is it love, or is there a specific formula for choosing the right partner? For me, my choice of partner starts always with the attitude, because people always think it's beauty or riches. But for me, I go for the attitude. When I want to approach a woman, it's first of all her physical look. A woman physical attractive, well-structured, her backside. Generally, that is what we men always look at. The backside, we look her physical structure, if she is well-dressed. Why criteria such as shared value, emotional maturity, and effective communications are essentials. Personal preference and intuitions also played a significant role in choosing a partner. Ultimately, the decision to choose a partner depends on individual preferences and priorities.
When a man approaches me, that you want to discuss with me, what I look from him is the maturity, the way he speaks maturity, and the behavior. If he speaks like someone who can have respect, then I can go for it.
The quest for a successful relationship is a multifaceted journey that requires careful consideration of various factors. While there is no one-size-fits-all formula for choosing the right partner, certain criteria can increase the chances of building a strong and fulfilling relationship.
And the belief in curses is present everywhere in societies, with it being impossible to point out any ethnic group whose culture does not talk about it. But is there enough behind to talk about it? Is it a baseless fear? Roger Snow tells us more.
Those unseen forces say to ruin the lives of those unfortunate enough to be under their spell. Concerning whether it is a mind game or otherwise ascertain its origin and nature, these authoritative voices have this to say.
Someone can receive curse inherited from the parents, because it may be for that person to curse the child. It may be it can come from the grandparents that curse that man. There are different ways to cancel curses. People can decide to sit around the parent of the child, take water, drink it, pour on the ground, speak and say directly that the curse I gave you, you should excuse me. So I've washed my heart. All that curse is already gone.
Ça puisse exister. Qu'est-ce que je veux par là dire?
Whenever someone does evil to someone else, he destroys himself. When you commit a sin, you may feel that you are causing harm to your neighbor, whereas you are harming your own self. Every sin you commit leaves you vulnerable.
Vous êtes en train de vous auto-nuire, de vous auto-détruire.
One thing that all cultures and religions agree on is that words carry power. Have your words today been a blessing or a curse?
And on our weekend cultural agenda, lovers of music, cinema and culture will have a lot to keep them busy. It would be a fun-filled for lovers.
Music. Catch Lady Pons live in concert this Friday, January 16, 2026 at Oza, starting at 8 p.m. Cameroun Horns Maison de Culture invites you to an exceptional educational event this Saturday, January 17 at 4 p.m. for a unique moment to encourage creativity, discovery and cultural exchange. Join Les Trois de la Capitale on a hiking trip to Mount Elumdem this Saturday, January 17, 2026, starting at 6:30 a.m. For poetry and literature enthusiasts, IFC Yaoundé invites you to Toli Toli, an exchange at the crossroads of poetry and thought this Saturday, January 17 at 7 p.m. prompt. Everyone is welcome to the conference Cuba, Painting and Music of the New World on January 20 at IFC Yaoundé, 4 p.m. Movie lovers should get ready for Greenland migration movie, The Fight for Survival, at Majestic Cinema Yaoundé. Also, take the rendezvous to experience horror this weekend with the saga 28 Years Later, The Temple of the Dead. This is not recommended for persons under 16. Have a lovely weekend.
And that cultural agenda takes us to the end of tonight's edition. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks very much for watching and staying in the company of our programs as Madeleine Karin Bihiha comes up at 8 p.m. for the news in the French language. Have a lovely weekend.